Blessings, Rocky Metal Guardians. Hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourselves. I am Dane, host of the channel, and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll Cocktail, where I rank the discographies or my favorite albums in the discography of two or more bands or artists. So let's get started. Today's cocktail, if you will, is a blend, a special blend of Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne as a solo artist, Ronnie James Dio as a solo artist, his band, and of course, Rainbow. Only the Dio-led albums. So let's jump right in. Coming in at dead last is Never Say Die. Black Sabbath, of course, the last Ozzy album before he reunites with the band later. And overall, there's maybe 4 good songs on this album. The 2 best, I think, are the title track and Junior's Eyes, which is my favorite. And just this is, you know, the wheels start to fall off with Technical Ecstasy. They at least one wheel has definitely come off with this. I would say maybe 3 really with this. This is just it's a bad album. I have to say it's just a bad album. There's some sparks here and there, but not enough. So it ranks dead last. Coming in at number 25. Number 24, just mentioned it, Technical Ecstasy. I like the album. I like the songs Backstreet Kids, It's Alright, Rock and Roll Doctor. There's a couple other that are okay, but these are the 3 that stand out the best. These are the ones that I will always gravitate to the most when I'm in the mood for this album. I have to be in the mood to listen to this album. So that's 24. Coming in at number 23 is Headless Cross. You have the introduction, Gates of Hell, which is the introduction to the title track, Headless Cross, which I just love. You have Devil and Daughter, which is fabulous. Then When Death Calls is something I really like as well. And then probably my favorite song on the album, because it has that sort of, hey, Tony Martin, can you make your vocals, can you phrase like Dio? And I'm talking about the song Black Moon. So just this is kind of splitting hairs with Technical Ecstasy, maybe. But, so it comes in at number 23. Is it a great album, Headless Cross? No, but it has its moments. So I'm giving it the slight edge above Technical Ecstasy. Next, 22, finally some props, is Tear. Talk about the band, I think, going up to Martin and saying, hey man, can you get your phrasing to sound like Dio? I want to kind of get that Dio vibe. And it works even more so than Black Moon. On Headless Cross, you have Anno Mundi, The Lawmaker, Jerusalem, The Sabbath Stones, The Battle of Tyr, Odin's Court, Valhalla. Those 3 songs, the Norse-themed songs, those 3 are my favorite. So it's not a concept album. I would have loved it had it been, because I'm a big mythology buff. Teach that with my students. 8 feels good to me. Probably the least song I like on the album the most. That sounds weird, but my least favorite song, excuse me. And then Heaven in Black is quite good. Pretty cool way to close the album. Of course, you have Iommi on guitars, the wonderful Cozy Powell on drums, Tony Martin vocals, and Neil Murray from Whitesnake on bass, and Jeff Nichols on keyboard. So, and also said, yeah, this was produced by Iommi and Cozy. So this is a good album. I like it. I think it's much better than Headless Cross. All right, coming in at number 21 is Born Again. Unfortunately, this was a one and done with respect to Ian Gillan on vocals. Trashed is amazing. My favorite song on the album, the opener, Stonehenge, is quite good. Disturbing the Priest is amazing. The Dark is great. Zero the Hero is kind of a sleeper, but I do like it. Digital Bitch is quite good. Born Again is amazing, I think. Hotline is okay. Keep It Warm is okay as well. But overall, it gets an edge above Tear. Just something magical about Ian being in the band with the boys. So Born Again coming in at number 21. Number 20, No More Tears from Ozzy Osbourne, solo album. I love the songs I Don't Want to Change the World. Mama, I'm Coming Home. Of course, very commercial sounding, but it's a great song. No More Tears. I love that intro bass. Hellraiser, and Road to Nowhere, which is the closer. This is I think, just short of a phenomenal album. There's a couple of fillers songs on here, but overall, yes, a more commercial album if you compare it to his first 2 albums, but there's something magical about this album later in his career, but kind of a comeback album for Ozzy, if you ask me. So No More Tears coming in at number 20 from Dio at 19 is Killing the Dragon. The title track is amazing. Along Came a Spider is good too. Scream is fabulous. Throw Away Children. Wow, what a great song. And Before the Fall. Those are my favorite tracks on the album. Got to give props to this album. Like No More Tears, much in a way a comeback for Ozzy. I think that Killing the Dragon was a comeback for Dio, because for me personally, Magica and Angry Machines doesn't do anything for me. All right, so that was 19. Coming in at number 18 is Dio's Lock Up the Wolves. Got the Celtic god Carnunos on the cover, I believe. Wild One is pretty cool. Born on the Sun I like. Hey Angel is quite good. Between Two Hearts is also quite good. Night Music, the title track. Evil on Queen Street is great. Walk on Water, quite fond of. Twisted, Why Are They Watching Me, and My Eyes, I think are all fabulous. So, Dio, Lock Up the Wolves. As I get older and older, I appreciate this album more and more. When this first came out, I was like, it's not bad, but as I get older, I'm liking this album more and more. All right. 17. Long Live Rock and Roll from Rainbow. Parts of this album is disappointing. The title track that starts off is fabulous. Lady of the Lakes, my favorite song in here. I think that's an amazing song. LA Connection's okay. Gates of Babylon is okay. Kill the King, my second favorite song. Some days it's my favorite. So Kill the King and Lady of the Lake, my two favorite. It's just heavy. It's amazing. The Shed, it's okay. Sensitive to Light, it's okay. And then the crooning, pretty much just Dio alone. For the most part, Rainbow Eyes, it's all right. So there are some days I want to put this lower in the list, but I think this is where it goes because Long Live Rock and Roll, Lady of the Lake, Kill the King, just amazing. All right, so Long Live Rock and Roll, number 17. Number 16, Strange Highways. Jesus, Mary, the Holy Ghost, Firehead, Strange Highways, Hollywood Black, Evolution, Pain, and there's some other songs here. Bring Down the Rain, the closing track. Some great songs here. Is it totally perfect? No. There's a couple, I would say, mediocre songs, like Blood from a Stone and Here's to You, but overall, this sounds like Dehumanizer in so many ways. This is the album Dio puts out after his comeback with Black Sabbath on the Dehumanizer, as I said. So has that feel and vibe to it, has that edge. Great album cover. I like this album quite a bit. This is a strong album. It's solid. All right. Speaking of Dehumanizer, so Strange Highways 16, Dehumanizer 15. This is just short of phenomenal. Computer God, After All, The Dead, TV Crimes, Letters from Earth, Master of Insanity. The song I is great. I love the song. Time Machine is quite good. This is an overall great sounding album. Is it as good as Mob Rules? No, but it's got that Dio Black Sabbath era sound to it. Very good album. All right. Last in Line from Dio, number 14. Let's talk about the end of the album. The last song, Egypt, The Chains Are On. It's almost an epic song, not because it's really long, but it feels long. Great way to close an album. You guys, and ladies, if you watch the channel, you know I'm a big fan of you have to open an album strong and you have to finish it strong as well. And of course, it opens strong with We Rock, everything in between. The Last in Line, the title track is great. Breathless is quite good. I Speed at Night, I can do without. One Night in the City, I'm fond of. Evil Eyes is okay. Mystery, even though it's more of a power ballad feel to it, hair metal-y, I do like it, and I'm quite fond of Eat Your Heart Out. So, The Last in Line coming in at number 14. Number 13, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. This is in my DNA. Man on the Silver Mountain is just amazing. I'm very fond of Self-Portrait. I think it's an underrated gem. Black Sheep of the Family, this is a song from another band, Quarter something. Anyway, it's not coming to me, but it's okay. Catch the Rainbow, I think, is an underrated gem as well. Snake Charmer's okay. It's not great. I love The Temple of the King. Great acoustic intro and all that. If you don't like rock and roll, kind of an elf song, but I can dig it. I used to not like it, but I do like it now. 16th Century Greensleeves is an amazing track. And, of course, the Yardbirds cover instrumental version, Still I'm Sad, which they extend live on Rainbow Live. Oh, man, this is fabulous. Blackmore shredding in like 2 minutes in. Oh, man, I can't describe it. This is a powerful album. I love this album, despite its flaws. Okay. Number 12, Blizzard of Oz. This is a great album from start to finish. You have the emotional power ballad in D, but the songs that resonate the most with me, of course, is the cliched Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, but hey, it is what it is. Mr. Crowley foreshadowing his second album, of course, Diary of a Madman, because dealing with Mr. Crowley again. But you also have great songs like I Don't Know and Steal Away the Night, which are of the 4 songs I mentioned, those are my second tiered list after Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. All right, and then D would probably be after that. All right, next is Heaven and Hell from Black Sabbath. You have 4 out of 8, of the 8 rather, let me say this, of the 8 songs on this album, the original tracks, 4 of these are phenomenal. Neon Nights, Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell, and Lonely is the Word. What a great way to close an album. Tony just shredding his heart out like he does. You'll see soon in this list on another song on another album. Very similar. Lady Evil's okay. Wishing Well I could do without. Die Young is sad, but it's an okay song. And Walk Away is, it's all right. So, but you have 4 or 5 powerful songs in here, so it makes it into around the middle of the list. So 11, more than the middle, 11 out of 25. All right, so Heaven and Hell coming in at number 11. Number 10 is Black Sabbath Volume 4. A couple songs on here I don't like. Well, it's not that I don't like FX, it's just goofiness. You could have just made that the intro to Supernaut. This is one of the problems, minor problems, as you know, from watching the channel, and others have talked about this. Just make it the intro. They do that with some other songs. Just make it the intro. That's the same problem with Sabotage. But it introduces Supernaut, so that's one of my favorite songs. So Supernaut, Snowblind, and Wheels of Confusion and Tomorrow's Dream are my 4 favorite tracks. I do like the ballad changes. Cornucopia is quite good. Laguna Sunrise, my least favorite song. St. Vitus Dance is okay. Under the Sun is good too, but it's not great. So, Volume 4. I love the back of this album. Geezer going to town on his bass here. Looks like he's got a green bass here. Can't look at the make and model, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, Volume 4 coming in at number 10. Number 9 is Mob Rules. Turn Up the Night, Voodoo, The Sign of the Southern Cross, E5, I50, and The Mob Rules. That's 5 songs, 4. One's really an intro. That's 4 or 5 really good songs. And then Over and Over would make 6 out of 9 fantastic songs. Country Girl, I do like. Slipping Away, I do like, and Falling Off the Edge of the World is almost as good as the 5 or so that I mentioned. That it's just a little short as in goodness as the ones that I really think are killer. Anyway, I love this album, and what I was saying before about Lonely is the Word, kind of formulaic with the way they end this album with Over and Over, but it works. It's a slow song, but then at the end you have just some blistering solo work from Tony Iommi, just amazing. And it's sad, but it's so powerful and emotive and captivating. In the same sense that Lonely is the Word. It's just great. And Dio's voice on these 2 songs are fabulous. So, again, Mob Rules coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is the debut from Black Sabbath. Nothing here that's bad. It's all good. From start to finish. It's heavy, it's dark, it's the beginning of heavy metal, right? It's creepy, just amazing. It's so powerful. Have to be in the top 10. Black Sabbath debut, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. Number 7, Diary of a Madman. What a great album from start to finish, even more powerful than his debut, Ozzy's. And, of course, as you move through the album, the songs just get better and better, but they're all great. And the last 2 songs are my favorite, SATO and the title track, Diary of a Madman just has a Carmina Burana feel to it towards the end as it picks up in momentum. Just what a great album. And I'll leave it at that. Wow. All right, number 6, Master of Reality. Beginnings of Doom Metal, although we didn't call it back then. What's Not to Like About Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Embryo, Children of the Grave, one of my favorite Sabbath songs, Orchid, Lord of this World, Solitude, and Into the Void, a great trilogy to close the album. Fabulous. All right. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, coming in at number 5. Very different from much of the other parts of the catalog, like one I'm going to show you in a little bit. But the title track is the heaviest opener. Great way to open an album. A National Acrobat is quite good. Fluff, acoustic, instrumental, but I do like it. Sabracadabra is great. Killing Yourself to Live is great. Who Are You is okay. Looking for Today I'm quite fond of. And Spiral Architect kind of has a moody blues vibe to it. Anyway, I love this album. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, coming in at number 5. The intro riff to the title track is just so powerful, and just a powerful song. When Ozzy is caught up in his emotions and his angst and his driven, that's when he's the best, and the title track is an example of that. All right, Paranoid, number 4. We've heard these songs on here millions of times, right? But for me, most of the time, doesn't get old. Once in a while, I'll skip War Pigs and Iron Man, but still great songs. Paranoid as well. Sometimes I'll skip. Planet Caravan for me never gets old. Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, Rat Salad, Fairies Wear Boots. Just those 4. Those just never get old for me. Anyway, powerful album. This album is in so many of us metalheads' DNA. Great album. It deserves to be at number 4. Number 3. Holy Diver from Dio, one of the best albums from start to finish, one of the best produced albums. When you're finished listening to this, at least for me, I can't speak for others, I need a break from music. It's exhausting in a good way, like watching a long movie. Stand Up and Shout, Holy Diver, Gypsy, Caught in the Middle, Don't Talk to Strangers, wow. Straight Through the Heart, wow. Invisible, Rainbow in the Dark, wow. Shame on the Night, and then you're tired and you're worn out in a good way. You need a nap, right? Just fabulous. One of the greatest albums of all time. One of the greatest solo albums of all time. All right. Number 2 is Sabotage. Hole in the Sky. Then you have the silliness with Don't Start Too Late, which is really an introduce the symptom of the universe. What a great to hit you over the head, punch in the throat, right off the start with those 2 or 3 songs. Then you get the underrated Megalomania, which I fell in love with later in life. The Thrill of It All is okay. Superstars, in many ways, just a homage to the Yardbirds and introduction sort of to Am I Going Insane Radio, which is fabulous. And then what a way to close an album with The Writ. Again, Ozzy being angry. It's about dealing with a horrible person and their manager at the time. Same thing that the song Death on Two Legs is about by Queen. They had the same problems with the same manager. Too bad there's only 8 songs, but this is a fabulous album, Sabotage, my favorite Black Sabbath album of all time. And finally, you figured it out. Number 1 is Rising. Tarot Woman, great way to open the album right. 2, Run with the Wolf, kind of an underrated gem if you ask me. Some people have called it filler. Starstruck is amazing. Do You Close Your Eyes? Some people argued as filler. I'm quite fond of the song. It was okay for me at first when I first heard it compared to other songs in here, but I've grown to like it very much. Stargazer, of course, the best gem on this album, and then Light in the Black, I would say is my second favorite song on here. They've never played it live, or there's no live CDs of this song. I guess it's one of those songs that you can't play live for various reasons. It's 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Light in the Black is a heavy metal song, if you ask me. This is foreshadowing what comes. This is foreshadowing what's going to come with respect to Dio's career when he goes solo in many ways. Light in the Black is just powerful. Oh man, what a great album. So Rising, there you have it, folks. This is today's rock and roll cocktail. Hope you enjoyed the video. Post in the comments if you think I left something out, or you'd like to post your own list. Take care now. See you soon. Bye.